Hello, dear friends. September and October could be two key months in the history of humankind. Opinion piece: War of Titans, critical moment. Could be this month. There is a lot of potential. There could be scare, slowly but surely. This is due to the complexity. They will intervene when it is safe. Let's start. If there was ever a war of the Titans on planet Earth, that moment could be now. Some of the world's most important astrologers point out that this month of September or October could be the time when a culminating event would take place that would determine the destiny of humankind. Vedic astrologer Johnny Patry believes it will happen in September 2023. The world is out of control and taking on enormous proportions, indicating that some event is about to occur that would force people to change. All eyes should be on September, since it is the moment in which the great event of all the previous events would culminate. This is the month in which many revelations would culminate, and the shock of these events would begin a great awakening throughout the world. Things are expected to come to a head on September 18-19th, when the UN General Assembly meets in a last-minute push to use the 2030 Agenda to create a world government controlled by them. The most critical event this month could occur on September 24th, when transmitting Mars reaches 24 degrees Virgo, as it will be conjunct natal Saturn in the US chart, and in transit Saturn is exactly on the US moon. It seems like there might be a bigger sudden scare that we expected, but the result would be healing and make the world a better place. A lot of things are being exposed, many of which started to come to the surface in recent years. The health crisis was a decisive moment that revealed numerous things that would not have otherwise come to light. Politics, money, hidden secrets, and corruption that has been hidden for many years are emerging around the world, causing confusion. End of times. Who is not aware that we are now deep in the end of times? Science and omens are everywhere that this is the end of the days as we know them. The dark side is not only well aware of this rapidly accelerating situation, but believes it can thwart the arrival of the age of Aquarius, which is actually already here. Of all the final events of an epoch that define the end of times, as many are described in the world's sacred scriptures, the one that would have the greatest impact on human consciousness would be this generation's first contact with the benevolent visitors from the stars. Therefore, the evil ones will do everything possible to prevent that from happening in the way it has been divinely predestined. Their intention is to inject as much fear as possible into the world's population into rejecting the authenticity of those visits that are only allowed to occur outdoors and in broad daylight by mandate of heaven, which means that everyone alive today will enjoy nothing less than the world's largest cosmic light show. Slowness. The release process is very slow because many layers of the dark matrix must be dismantled. The will of the missionaries of the light is clearly in favor of intervention, and intervention would occur as soon as it was safe enough, Cobra says, in his summary response to a series of questions. The Galactics worry about the surface population, but they feel pain because they cannot yet intervene directly. They fear the power of the subquantum anomaly. They don't understand many things about the population. They are excited about the release of healing technologies and look forward to interacting with humans, but they are also afraid of them. The first contact for people who do not own property would be on private land of the people who volunteered to give up those lands for mass contact. After evacuation, most of the Safis population would live on a Pleiadian planet. All the infrastructure is already there, and the rescued humans would receive assistance, technology, healing, and guidance from the forces of light. Our pets would come with us when we are evacuated. Most of the best works of art have already been rescued from the planet's surface and are stored in safe locations far from the surface, where they will survive the polar shift impact. All online resources of the surface population are also copied and stored in secure locations. The anomaly is in process of being eliminated. Almost all the reptiloids of the etheric and astral planes have disappeared. Chimera is almost completely defeated. The archons of the black nobility still retain most of their power, and all the deep underground bases are cleared, but there are still tunnels and some shallow bases. Series of light will be needed during the tsunami to stabilize the energy grid to guide the planet through the ascension process. Right after the event, people will know the importance of missionaries of light through the free media. Now, they look us like crazy. Critical moment. According to Benjamin Fulford, reporting on world events once a week today is like taking motion pictures of a train wreck. Over the last week, damage has occurred in an accelerated rate. Many things could happen in October, according to multiple sources. The people who support the restoration of democracy are not part of the current ruling class. They include people like Colonel Douglas MacGregor and Judge Anna von Wright. MacGregor long supported Donald Trump, but now believes he's not the right man. Another huge and underreported development was the split between India and China, and the last BRICS meeting over control of the global financial system. A visible sign is that Chinese President Xi Jinping will not attend this week's G20 meeting in India. The Chinese say that the G20 has been replaced by the BRICS 11, and therefore there is no point in attending Western-controlled G20 meetings. The Russians agree. That is why Putin will also miss the event. Putin said, "There are some things to report. There are movements that could become openings that would start the tap so that money is released without promises. There are some good people who are looking for opportunities to release funds wherever they can. There is a lot of good potential right now. We're attentive to signs and movements that could lead to opening windows of opportunity. They just need to be as patient as they know how to be. You all signed it up for this and it will happen. Signed documents aren't going away, but bankers are clearly still holding on to the purse strings. That too shall pass." Curious. A crashed UFO recovered by the US military, in quotes, distorted space-time and was bigger on the inside than the outside, claims a prominent lawyer involved in bringing UFO whistleblowers to Congress. According to Elena Danaan, what happened on the island of Maui has happened continuously across the planet for eons of time. Like many geomagnetic nodes, Lahaina was a powerful high-frequency positive charge node, a natural portal that led to distant destinations like the Pleiades. They blocked it. She adds that the narrative of an alien attack on a Space Force base in Lahaina is nonsense that furthers the false flag invasion agenda. There is a Space Force base on Maui, but more than 20 miles from Lahaina, on the top of a volcano. They should look up the map before saying stupid things like this. Since July 2021, the Earth Alliance has been responsible for protecting Earth's space up to outer orbit, so it is its responsibility to continue these operations. Galactic Alliance operations begin after the limit of outer orbit. Until Earth officially becomes a member, the Galactic Federation of Worlds cannot directly intervene in the planetary security zone, that is, between ground level and outer orbit, and the only way to be a member is as a peaceful planetary civilization. That is why the Federation helped build a secret defense fleet since the 1940s called Solar Guardian, and created the Alliance for Earth, an allied organization of white hats and the Galactic Federation of Worlds. It appears that the Kremlin has access to the most highly classified intelligence in existence that could be only provided by outside civilizations. The Russian army possesses the most sophisticated weaponry on the planet, given to them by those same off-world supporters at this decisive moment in human history. Economy. Metal falls due to the strength of the dollar. Gold hits one-week low as dollar strengthens after weak data from China. The debt crisis threatens to devour China's property developers. Oil falls from the highest level before the OPEC Plus supply move. Bitcoin and Ethers fall as Dogecoin leads gain ahead of Elon Musk biography. Turkish inflation is approaching 60%, increasing the pressure on the central bank. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.